Hi, Nida. How are you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing fine. How about yourself?
Good, good.
Good, good, good. Thank you for being here, especially with a couple days' notice.
Yes, no, I appreciate you reaching out.
Oh yeah, definitely. I know you have a hard stop at 9, so we're gonna definitely respect that here for sure, and everything like that. So we're gonna get right on to it. All right. So, Nita, if you could just stay to the audience, obviously I know who you are, of course, but just for the audience, who you are, what you're running for, and what's at stake.
Yes. Well, thank you so much, Clay, for having me. I'm Nida Allam. I'm the Vice Chair of the Durham County Board of Commissioners, and I'm running for North Carolina's 4th Congressional District because we are at an existential moment with Trump back in the White House, with the rise of authoritarianism, of him sending ICE and CBP into our communities to threaten our neighbors, to murder innocent American civilians in broad daylight, as well as our rising cost of living. And now, this war, this illegal war that Trump has taken us into, uh, killing over 100 innocent elementary school children. We can't wait for change. And I believe that this is the moment that we need leadership, especially in our safest blue seats, putting up the strongest fights. This is not a moment for strongly worded letters and tweets. This is the moment to stand up to authoritarianism because our neighbors' lives depend on it.
You're absolutely right about that for sure. Now, as far as just your Durham Foundation, because this will be one of your constituent groups. Obviously, you just referenced your time on a county commission, especially as a vice chair. How would you just say that experience just shaped how you think about governance and accountability?
Yeah, no, it's definitely helped me grow a lot in the way that I have been a community leader and organizer. The fact that we just reached our first $1 billion budget for Durham County government and balancing the needs of our community members and the limited resources that we have and finding ways to think outside the box. Because we know we're also put into restrictions with our state legislature with preemptions, with them not passing a budget, all these ways that and we need to at this county level continue to provide services and programming for our neighbors. And I've shown the ways that I'm willing to be creative and get scrappy because our neighbors need that. We can't always just do things the way that they have been done. Because if our neighbors are struggling and the status quo isn't working, then we need to shake things up. And on my first year as a county commissioner, my first budget cycle, I advocated for and got the county to create its first of its kind low income homeowner relief program because I saw too many of our neighbors being priced out of their homes and being pushed out because of rising property taxes, rising rent. And so to provide low income homeowners, fixed income neighbors with relief so that we could keep our communities intact.
I definitely agree with that for sure. Now, obviously, voters are seeing a constant stream of ads across different streaming platforms right now. I ironically just saw one of your ads on Hulu literally minutes before you just came on. I had put the TV on pause right beside me. But how do you think about the role of outside spending and PAC involvement in shaping public perception and all?
I think the ruling of Citizens United was one of the worst decisions on our democracy. That the way that corporations and these right wing special interest groups have just been able to come and flood our political systems in order to buy elections and buy seats, and then spend millions of dollars lobbying for or against legislation, it has worked to diminish the voice and the votes of the average working person in this country. And I'm proud to be the only candidate in this race that has taken a pledge and has never accepted a cent from corporate PACs. I've never accepted a cent from corporate defense contractors, from the AI lobby, from any entity that supported and put Trump into the White House. Because how are we, in our safest blue seats, going to put up a fight against authoritarianism when we're being bankrolled by the very same entities that put Trump and his MAGA Republican friends into office?
Now, there's a growing, regarding independence influence, there's a growing national conversation about the influence of major PACs in elections. Now, if you could just expand a little more, how do you approach maintaining that independence while also operating within a system that includes outside funding? If you could just expand upon that just a little more.
Yeah, so I mean, it's hard. Won't lie to you, like we are running a grassroots campaign with our average contribution to the campaign is $55. And we
Wow.
have, I believe it's like over 17 or 18,000 individual contributions that have been made to this campaign, of individuals who are working class folks who see this campaign as a part of this movement to give a voice to our community members who are struggling to make ends meet, having to work 2 or 3 jobs to put food on the table, keep a roof over their head for their families. They see it as a part of the movement to help every individual in this country live with dignity, of having healthcare as a human right instead of just a privilege. They see this as a part of the movement of making sure that the United States gets out of the business of war, because that is what this is. War is a business, and we see these corporate defense contractors profiting. And in our safest blue seats, to have my opponent, the incumbent in this seat, to have accepted thousands of dollars from corporate defense contractors, millions from the pro Israel lobby, and millions from now the AI lobby, that is, they're taking the same AI lobby, which the company that's funding it, their technology was used in this illegal war in Iran. Their technology was used in the illegal invasion into Venezuela.
Wow. Yeah, as far as navigating controversy, issues like Apex involvement in primaries have sparked debate across the country. How do you think candidates like yourself should navigate these dynamics while staying focused on community priorities?
Yeah, I think the way that we stay focused on it is that we talk about what these super PACs and these corporations want with our elected officials. Because I don't know about you, Clay, but I have never given somebody thousands or even millions of dollars. Not that I could even afford that, but and if you I had ever done that, like, and not expect something in return. Because there's always, this is business to them. They are corporations. They
Yes,
are looking for a profit. They are looking for a way to get a return on their investment. And that's what's happening with this spending.
for sure. As far as leadership under pressure, how do you stay grounded, Nida, while when the public narratives, whether they're through ads or external criticism, that which may not even reflect your lived work, how do you just stay grounded throughout all of that?
I stay grounded by, remaining with our positive messaging of the what this campaign represents, and the supporters that have fueled this campaign, of the hundreds of volunteers that we have who are phone banking in this district but all across the country to help turn out the vote, the thousands of doors that we've knocked, the tens of thousands of phone calls that we have made. That grounds me, because I know in every step that I've taken, it's never been about me in this race. It has been about how do we uplift the voices of the working class and give them a campaign where they see themselves represented. And I am proud of the volunteer base and the grassroots momentum that we have built, because that's truly what our progressive values are about.
For sure. Now, as far as potentially going to the larger stage on Capitol Hill, what lessons from your time on a county commission still guide your leadership today, even if it's not the county commission itself or anything prior
Yeah.
to what you're done that can lead you over in the next steps. Shall you be obviously elected to
Yeah.
Capitol Hill?
Well, one of the things that helped shape me a lot as a county commissioner was actually a relationship that I built with a Republican. Was when I did a course, so the UNC School of Government has courses for elected officials to kind of hone on some of our skills and get support and make us better elected officials because everyone has something to learn. So I did a course that was, bipartisan. It was a bunch of local elected officials, city, county, school board level from all across the state. And I built a friendship with this Republican county commissioner from Western North Carolina because even though we didn't agree on everything, we were able to come to the common ground that both of us wanted our neighbors and our constituents and residents to live with dignity. That we wanted our neighbors to be able to put food on the table, keep a roof over their head, not have to work 2, 3 jobs to make ends meet. And those are things that shouldn't be partisan issues. That we as human beings with this like basic humanity should all be thriving and wanting for our neighbors. And so we built a relationship on that actually led to when he became the president of the State Association of County Commissioners, he appointed me to his board of directors. And, people in his party, the Republican Party, were asking him, they were like, why would you appoint this 28-year-old Muslim woman, Muslim progressive Bernie, former Bernie worker, to your board of directors? And he was like, because she cares about my neighbors just as much as I care about her neighbors. And I think that is something that I've taken with me on commission, and I hope to take with me to DC to show our legislators that we need to get out of this divisiveness and this infighting and these silos of labeling each other and see that all of us ran or should have been running to take care of our constituents and residents. And if we recenter that narrative into the national level, we would be able to do so much good for our neighbors.
I see. Now, beyond this moment, what kind of political culture do you hope to build in North Carolina or even Washington? Shall you get elected? What kind of culture do you hope to set politically just going forward? Because we're seeing a lot of these great moments with younger candidates like yourself be poll voted and voted into office, like Mom Donnie in New York, and just kind of capturing that spirit of AOC over the past several years. What kind of culture do you hope to eventually you would like to ground? Shall you be elected?
I hope to ground a culture with a shift within our own party, to be honest. That we are the party, that we are supposed to be the party of the working class, the big tent party that fights for the most marginalized community members. But I fear that we haven't been living up to that expectation and that role that we're supposed to hold. And it's because of the corruption of these corporations and these billionaires who are able to buy our elections by investing millions of dollars into campaigns, millions of dollars into lobbying. And in our safest blue seats, we have an opportunity to put up a fight against right wing extremism. And we're only going to defeat Trump and make sure that we not only take the majority in 2026, but we win back the White House and keep the majority in 28 is by reaching out to working class folks, whether they're in blue counties, blue districts like this one, or districts that have historically voted red. We need to go into those communities and talk to people, everyday people, because if we truly are fighting for Medicare for all, Green New Deal, a true living wage, these are all policies that will benefit them too. And we need to make sure that they understand and know and hear that from us.
Wow. Spoke very well there. Well, thank you. That's about all the time we have because I want to be respectful of your time, Commissioner, and everything like that. But thank you for joining us here. Now, we're less than 48 hours away before the polls close here in North Carolina. How can folks support you between now and then, aside from a vote? And, if you could just share how we can donate, support, or even just get the word out for you, with less than 48 hours to go.
Yes. Folks can go to nidaallam.com/volunteer, and you can volunteer from anywhere in the country. You can phone bank, but if you're in the area or want to come down for the next 2 days,
Why not?
you can come out and knock doors with us to make sure that people know there's an election happening. There's so many people who don't know there's an election, and to just turn them out to vote. And if you have, a few spare coins to throw at us, would love to have your contribution towards. You can go to nidaallam.com/donate.
All right. Well, thank you, Commissioner, and thank
Thank
you
you,
for your
Clay.
time. And best of luck. 48 hours from now.
Yes, thank you so much, Clay. Appreciate
Thank
it.
you. Thank you, Leah. Appreciate this.
Anytime, Clay. Thank you so much. That was amazing.
Sure. I know you guys are short on time, but we'll love to get a sit down. As we had discussed. In the days ahead. Because I do
In
have my.
person.
She wanted to join us tonight, but she wasn't feeling well. But she definitely. We want to make this a little more expansive in person. But thank you again for this.
Let's do it. I think next week we can try to get something on the schedule in person. I think after election day everything will calm down a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, that sounds good then. Well, I'll circle back with you.
I appreciate it. This was really, really great. Thank you.
Thank you. You have a good rest of the evening. Bye bye.
You too. Bye bye.